Would you like to hear a joke?
Absolutely.
Okay. Why did the room packed with married people seem empty?
I don't know. It seems controversial. I don't know.
It is. This is about to blow your mind. Because there wasn't a single person there.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's pretty good. I just found it. I didn't make that up. I literally read it off a computer screen.
Sorry, I Googled dad jokes to find my jokes. So,
good.
Who has more lives, cats or frogs?
I don't know.
Frogs. They croak every night. I was like, is that a vegan joke? Is that okay?
It's an animal joke. It's animals dying.
Yeah, exactly.
But no one's killing anyone.
Exactly.
Or eating them, using their products.
Exactly.
That's actually really gross.
There were two vegan girls from Texas who were podcast geeks. They both had, hey, let's do something where we both speak. And even though they weren't known, they bought a microphone to start recording at home. They have a podcast now. It's kind of funny. We think it's another vegan podcast every week.
So this week we have a guest on the show. And I say we because it's just me. It's just Brittany because Cassie had scheduling conflicts and cannot make it to recording, and I can't do this by myself. So my friend Audrey Hagman is here to help me.
Hello.
Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
She told a really impressive joke just a minute ago, if you didn't catch that. And you were telling me that your dad was like the king of dad jokes.
Oh, yeah. He loved dad jokes. I was telling you, he's the one that it's like, if we make me pancakes, poof, you're pancakes. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, God, hilarious, but also, inducing eye rolls.
Yeah.
Because good Lord.
Okay, so tell everyone who you are and what you do so that no one is in the dark about how cool you are.
I'm pretty cool. No, I'm just kidding. I am Audrey Hagman, obviously, as you previously stated. I am a vegan, obviously, being on this podcast. And I do a lot of outreach stuff. Currently, I'm employed as a nanny, but my main job is just trying to educate people and turn them over to the dark side.
I like that.
Bring them to the vegan world.
That's veganism. I like how it's like outreach. Like, you should introduce yourself as that. Like, you're like, what do you do for a living? And you're just like, oh, I work in outreach. I'm a nanny.
Yeah, I'm an animal activist. But yes, I also am a nanny for a kid who turns out to be allergic to dairy. So that is helpful.
That's like the best gateway to veganism is like not being able to eat dairy, because that's one of the hardest things for people to give up. And which is actually really sad for me, because I know a lot of like lactose intolerant or dairy allergic adults who will go to any length to eat lactose.
Yeah, they take like the Lactaid pills, and it's like, what is the same as like people who have to take like Prilosec or something in order to eat chicken wings?
Yeah.
It's like, that's your body telling you it doesn't want that in its system. Like, listen to it. That's
it's like you're just giving it like, just go to sleep. Just go to sleep.
It's like putting laundry detergent instead of oil in your car.
Yeah.
Like, your car is not going to run it properly because you just put something in it that it doesn't recognize or is unable to process.
Exactly.
So it baffles me. I have a couple friends, and some of whom are in like pretty influential positions, who will eat ice cream and then complain about how much their stomach hurts. And it's like, y'all know vegan ice cream is a thing, right? It's delicious.
And it's like everywhere.
Yeah, you can make it at home with just frozen fruit and coconut milk or whatever non-dairy milk you want.
A Yonana's machine.
Oh yeah, those are good.
If Instagram has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I think that's where that whole thing came from, is just like some famous person on Instagram was like, look, this machine shits out bananas. And it's like a whole like thing now that everyone has a fucking Yonana's machine. Or a Vitamix, which does the same thing.
I want a Vitamix so bad.
I have a Vitamix. I have a little tiny one because I could not bring myself to spend like $700 on the big one.
It's outrageous.
Yeah, I don't know. And they're not that much better than the Ninja ones.
I've seen the one that can liquefy an avocado seed, though. So
do you want to liquefy?
No, not really. Apparently it's good for you, but it's very bitter.
That's gross.
Heard. I don't know. I'm not that into the health.
Papaya seeds too.
Yeah.
I saw a long YouTube video about how you can eat papaya seeds, and you have to like start slow. Which, if you have to start slow with anything, like, I don't know why I would want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, build up a tolerance to papaya seeds.
I find that odd. I've seen sprouted watermelon seeds a lot lately, too, which I thought you weren't supposed to eat, like, the really big ones. I think it's just from an episode of Rugrats.
Yeah?
That isn't, in my brain, because one of them,
I think it was... grow
a
watermelon in you?
Yeah, what was his name? The redheaded kid.
I don't know.
I should know this as a fellow redhead. But
you should. You should know all the redheads.
I should. I don't, but I should.
Yeah.
Chucky. He ate a watermelon seed in one episode, and it like everyone was like freaking out and telling him it was gonna like grow a watermelon in his belly. And I think that's just like been ingrained in my brain.
That's a true story. I don't know how much you know about Rugrats, but that was 100% a documentary.
I believe that.
Right?
I just want to meet someone with the last name Pickles.
Pickles would be an awesome last name. That's like a good cat name, but it's
my
also...
favorite food.
Pickles are your favorite food?
No, not really, but I love pickles.
What is your favorite food?
Broccoli.
Oh yeah, you told me that earlier.
It's a problem.
So you were telling me that, okay, not only do you like drunk eat broccoli?
Yeah.
Like steamed broccoli?
Yeah, steamed broccoli and soy sauce was like my go-to drunk food.
God, that's crazy.
Which is funny. I'm okay with it though, because then I don't wake up in the morning like, what did I do?
Yeah, I ate a whole head of broccoli.
Yeah, and it's not like, frozen pizzas and ice cream. It's just broccoli.
That's like the healthiest bad thing ever. Like, and it's funny, my 6-year-old will tell you that broccoli is his favorite food too.
It's delicious.
But it's not. Like, I believe you, but not the 6-year-old, because I've seen him pound some pizza. Like, he'll eat a whole pizza by himself.
Oh, I could definitely do that too.
Oh, okay.
As long as it's vegan, of course.
And maybe if there's broccoli on it or something.
I have not tried that, but I'm going
broccoli
to
and
now.
pizza's amazing.
I'm going to have to.
Oh, you totally have to. It
I've had
chars nicely.
Cauliflower crust pizza before.
Yeah. I think I've had, so Alamo Draft House has that cauliflower pizza, and I want to say it's a cauliflower crust, or it's a cauliflower cheese. I can't remember.
Their cauliflower wings are crack.
They're the best ones.
They are.
Yeah, I don't meet many people that agree with me on that, so I'm glad that you know what the right ones are. But yeah, in Austin at least, there are so many places that have cauliflower buffalo quote-unquote wings or goby wings at Great Y'all. But if that's what I'm craving, I'm gonna go see a movie.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense why a movie theater would have the best ones.
I'm okay with it though. I made some baked ones the other day, and
how do they turn out baked?
Actually really good. And the best part about making them at home is that you can just do an entire head of cauliflower for like less than you would spend at a restaurant or at Alamo Draft House, because their food is a little pricey.
Alamo Draft House, one person easy is $30.
Yeah.
Yeah, like ticket, drink, everything included.
Yeah, and although it's worth it because they're so good.
It is. I go see a movie about like once a week on average. It's pretty sad.
It's been a while since I've seen a movie, but I don't even know what's out right now.
What's the last movie you saw?
Oh, the Harry Potter one, I think.
The Harry Potter movie?
The not like the last Harry Potters, but the the spin-off one, the Strange Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yes.
Although that would be me in the wizarding world, like the one obsessed with animals.
Yeah, that is you.
Yeah, 100%.
That should be because you were telling me earlier, like this was off mic. This was off, I was about to say off camera. Off camera in the green room. In the green room, you were telling me that you have this like dream, or have had this dream since you were a little kid, of being like a vegan female Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
And like that actually, the dude, what's his name? The guy that always looks like his lips are chapped, who plays the dude.
Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne.
He does always look like his lips are chapped.
You know where I got that from? Have you ever seen celebrities read bad tweets?
Yes.
So his one was that Eddie Redmayne guy always looks like he needs to drink a glass of water.
Yeah, and Felicity Jones from Star Wars was that she looks just like Eddie Redmayne.
Yes! I saw that.
Which
and
they
she
do.
Totally does. I feel so bad.
I was like, oh my god, wait, they're both British. Are they related? Like, they really do look alike.
They might be related. I don't know. I hear that's what they do over there. Sorry, we have a lot of UK listeners. I shouldn't say that. But yeah, no, he is like so much better of a Steve Irwin like type person to like look up to, because he is super ethical and like really cares about them, and like doesn't just, like you were saying, travel to like a farm to go exploit animals.
Yeah, the example I was using earlier was the gator farms, because a lot of the time in order to show you like up close and not in wild situations, but in like captivity, they typically go to places like gator farms where they don't really specify what is going to happen to these animals, if they're rescued or not. And a lot of the time, I'm pretty sure they end up as either handbags or on someone's dinner plate. Especially in Florida, they eat turtle soup and
oh, gross.
all kind. Yeah, I saw that last time I was in the Florida Keys, and I was like, really? Yeah, you have no idea like what's going to happen to these animals, or some 200-pound dude, 20-pound man, a 200-pound man is wrestling the gators for an audience, and it's like that's not a proper place to talk about why these animals are important, or just to give them like the respect that they deserve. So that's my goal, is to try and go to places that are more reputable and ethical, and then provide safe and respectful interactions with said animals.
Maybe not magical interactions, I guess, like my dream was.
If only.
Yeah, maybe one day. Magic is real, you guys. So that's the theme of today's podcast. Is we're going to convince you that magic is a real thing.
Hey, cauliflower wings exist, and those are pretty magical. So.
They are pretty magical. How has no one done that before? Like, here's the thing. Like, cauliflower bites, wings, whatever, do not in any way resemble buffalo wings. But
they're better.
They're so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, okay, so there's this place called Sundays that's in Austin, and they have chicken wings and vegan chicken wings that you can get. But I don't really want them. Like, I haven't gone and gotten them because I prefer cauliflower for some reason. And I don't want that to be ruined. Have you had their chicken wings?
No, I haven't been there yet.
At all?
No, but I've heard good things about it. I don't eat out that much, honestly. No, I cook a lot more. That was one of the huge things that changed for me when I went vegan. Mm-hmm. It wasn't from like a lack of trust of restaurants, because especially in Austin, we have so many all vegan restaurants. It's kind of fun to try and veganize recipes. I was saying I do my dad's lasagna recipe, but with Kite Hill. Mm-hmm. And
that's got to be an expensive lasagna.
A little bit, yeah.
Have you done it? Like, I make a lasagna that isn't even with Kite Hill stuff. I use like tofutti, cream cheese, and tofu to make a ricotta, and it costs me, I think, $25 to make it.
The other thing that drives the price of my lasagna up is that I put this one kind of vegan pesto in it as well.
Oh, you like buy pre-made pesto? Oh, wow, that's gonna be really good.
It's really, really, really good. Yeah, I made it for my boyfriend's mom, and she was like, I can't even tell there's no meat in here, because I use the Beyond Beef crumbles as well. I don't eat a ton of the meat substitutes, but when I do, it's typically like Beyond Beef or Gardein, and a lot of the time that I give it to people who are omnivores, they have no idea. That's
one of the best things, like, as far as analogs go, it's one of the best things to give people that are like weird about vegan stuff is the ground beef stuff, because it's just it's so close.
It really is, although I've never had real beef, like we were saying earlier.
Oh, yeah. But so you guys, Audrey has never had beef before, which
haven't.
Is crazy for someone that lives in Texas. And as far as I understand it, Colorado doesn't have a lot of beef anyway.
They do. Typically, though, if you see like a Colorado-themed like burger or something, it's buffalo.
Buffalo. Okay.
We have steak or like venison. We have steakhouses and stuff, obviously. And I think we even have like Texas Roadhouse restaurants and stuff in Colorado. But no, when I was super little, my cousin told me that beef was a cow. I was a cow for like my first 3 Halloweens.
You were like cow, Steve Irwin, cow, Steve Irwin.
Yeah,
Steve
pretty
Irwin.
much. But yeah, I loved cows. I always thought they were super cute. Still do, obviously. It's my favorite animal. And then when I was first offered like a hamburger or steak, I was just like, that's a cow. I'm not going to eat that. And it took a little while longer to make the connection with chicken and pork, or pigs. Yeah. But those are the only 2 things I've ever eaten other than fish that is a meat.
That's really cool.
Yeah, no lamb or anything.
Well, since you haven't had beef before, you gotta trust me, because those ground things are just the exact same thing. Like,
yeah.
It tastes like... And the thing is, like, that's just... goes to show you, like, when you heavily process something, it all turns into, like, the same crappy thing. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
that's
it's just...
why I tend to try and avoid it, because it is so heavily processed, but sometimes it's just like, oh, so good.
Yeah, and they're not that terrible for you. Like, in the grand scheme of, like, analogs, ground beef type things are not that bad for you. They're pretty high in protein, and
especially compared to the real thing, it's like
yeah.
so much better for you.
Exactly. Like, they don't have all the cholesterol and all the fat and stuff. I guess you can add the fat, especially if you're eating a lasagna. But like, it just, it's not that far from it.
Yeah, we've been eating more raw lately, though.
Gross.
Not even intentionally.
Okay.
It's just like it. Although we did have a kale salad the other night with Gardein chicken on it.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, we've just been having a lot of salads lately, because I do love salad. I hate the stereotype, though. It's like, oh, is that all you eat as a vegan?
You're like,
but
maybe I do.
I do eat a lot of salad because I love salad.
Yeah, salad's awesome.
We've been having a lot of fruit, too.
Fruit, yeah.
As the summer comes, I eat a lot more cooked food in the winter, just for comfort.
Warmth.
Yeah, and I grew up in such a cold state
Yeah.
that, yeah, like I associate things like mac and cheese and lasagnas and pastas with like the dead of winter in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
But in the summer, I can just go, I'll bring like an entire watermelon to the park and just put, I stole this from Bonnie Rebecca, but some lime and like passion fruit on top and just get a spoon and I'll eat the whole damn watermelon.
That sounds like what YouTubers do.
It's good. Yeah. It's really, really good. Yeah, she is a YouTuber. And,
is she? Okay, yeah. When
she's
you
Australian.
Okay.
We were talking about the whole, like, seeing some of the comical things people post as health food. You can't see my air quotes, but I'm doing them.
She's doing air quotes, you guys.
Health food on Instagram, and people are so afraid of carbs. Mm-hmm. But it's like, your body needs them, and there's a reason that you crave them. Your body, I tend to try and just listen. Mm-hmm. But if I want something sweet, it's because I probably need a little bit more sugar, and it's a machine, and you have to, look at which lights are, which are like, what are the term I'm looking for, like gas lights and stuff. Which ones are lit?
If your body's gaslighting you, you really need that donut.
You're out of windshield wiper fluid. No. But, your body tells you a lot of the time, like, oh, you might want to eat something with a little bit more salt or something with a little bit of sugar or carbs. And I try to listen to that because there's a reason that you crave carbs. They're good for you. Avoiding carbs is just not a good idea.
Yeah, it's like maybe you should eat an apple and not a donut, though.
Yeah.
Like your body's not saying, I really, really need pizza. It's saying...
That's true. I try and do like a healthier version, but I don't limit myself on carbs, but I do eat a lot of raw foods.
That's so gross and weird. I mean, I commend you and everything. I like salad, and that's what I was going to say is, like, I really, really like salad, but I have to have, like, the right stuff on it to really like it, because I've had some really bad salads.
Oh, they're out there.
But yeah, I love kale and stuff, but, like, once you have, like, a raw kale salad that hasn't been massaged, you never want to eat it again.
It's, like, not sharp, but it's like hard in your mouth. It's like, this is really, really chewy, and it's really good for you. So I try and like trick my brain, but yeah, I usually do garlic, lemon juice, and like a teeny tiny bit of olive oil, and then just toss that.
And that's what you eat? Like that?
Then the one I've been doing recently is the like True Food Kitchen. They have a kale salad, a shredded kale salad, but it's not vegan. Mm-hmm. And I found a veganized version on Oh She Glows blog.
I like that one.
I love her. You made the veganized version with like Parmesan. I don't know if you've ever tried that. It's like a raw Parmesan product.
Okay. Oh, it like has it like it's written like an animal print almost.
I think so. It's really good. That and like walnuts on top, and then I put the Gardein chicken on there, and
yeah, that sounds nice.
It's actually really, really good. And cranberries. I don't know if I said that.
Yeah, actually, cranberries and kale go really well together.
They do.
They go really. Yeah, there's this at Central Market. I don't know if you've been to Central Market. In the deli section, they have this kale salad.
I live right by Central Market. So.
Do you ever get their kale salad?
No.
Get it. It's amazing.
I'm gonna have to try that now.
It's so good, and they massage the shit out of their kale. Like, I've watched them make it. I worked at Central Market for a long time. It's like kale, and they make this vinaigrette out of orange juice. And it has cranberries in it and almonds, and it's just like this, it's like super saucy stuff. Mm-hmm. So if you don't like all the dressing, you can like strain it out or whatever.
No, that sounds delicious.
So good.
My favorite salad in Austin is I think they changed the name, but it used to be called the Vegan Lux salad. I think it's called like, I can't remember what it's called, but at Bolden Creek. Mm-hmm. It has beets, carrots. I usually add avocado. They have like this citrus vinaigrette on there. I could eat that every day and be totally happy.
Have you had their broccoli salad?
Yes, I'm actually going to recreate that for dinner tonight.
You should, with like less oil.
Yeah.
That thing is heavy. Like, that's not even like a salad at that point. Like, it's like just a big old...
It's like a salad and stir fry had a baby.
It is like a salad and stir fry had a baby.
A delicious baby.
That's a thought that I had when I was a kid, too, because there's this Asian place at the mall, like the Asian, they have like one Asian place at the mall, like whenever you go. And they had this stir fry that I would get. I've been vegan since I was 13.
That's awesome.
And I got, it was one of the only things you could get at the mall as a vegan without getting French fries. And they made this like big stir fry thing. And this was before I registered that cabbage and lettuce were two different things, because I didn't grow up eating either of those things very often. And so I remember thinking that the guy behind the counter was literally chopping up lettuce and then stir frying it. And I tried to do that at home.
Oh, God.
And it did not work.
I can only imagine
Yeah,
why.
and then, like, there's, like, some fucking magic that this guy's doing to the lettuce where it's, like, half salad, half stir fry, and I don't know how I'm gonna make it. And then finally, I fucking figured it out, I don't know when, years later, that it's cabbage that I've had before that I didn't realize what it is. Because it looks like some of the, like, the white, greenish cabbages look like a head of lettuce.
They do.
To a child.
No, to me, even, I have to, like, make sure when I'm at Whole Foods or wherever, like, this is the cabbage and not... Mm-hmm. Although I do love purple cabbage.
Purple cabbage is the best.
So good.
And it's easy to pickle it, too.
I have not had it pickled, but I know I need to get on your level. Tangent.
Yeah. Do you want to do time for a quiz?
Sure.
Bear was looking for something to do, or someone to play with, or just something really exciting and dangerous to happen.
Alright, so this dairy-based junk food company is downsizing its North American facilities. They make, like, really shitty products.
See, I think all dairy products are really
All
shitty products, so that doesn't... Ooh,
What's the shittiest thing you can buy at H-E-B that's a dairy-based product? Besides Velveeta.
I was going to say Velveeta, but I don't know. I haven't even gone to the dairy section in such a long time that I don't even know what...
No, that's fine.
Who's there? Is it Kraft?
Yeah. It's Kraft Heinz. So apparently, Kraft Heinz, which I didn't know that they were the same company.
I didn't either.
Which it sounds like a really terrible combination because Kraft, all I think of is Kraft singles, and Heinz, all I think of is ketchup.
Yeah, that does not sound good together.
Those two things sound like a McDonald's cheeseburger.
There are those weirdos who dip their, like, grilled cheeses in ketchup.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I can't.
Just do tomato soup if you're going to be weird.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Kraft is closing 7 facilities across the U.S. and Canada in the coming months. This article that I'm reading says that the downsizing of the corporation will result in severing ties with dairy farmers, dairy transporters, and others that support the production of Kraft products in affected locales. But yeah, this is a really good thing.
Bye.
I know, laters. And I don't know how many facilities they have. They probably have way more than 7. But it just goes to show you that people are moving away from dairy.
So much so. I mean, I've seen it even with, like, friends who, it's ironic too when you look at the fact that they still eat meat, but that are slowly, because they realize the health aspects of dairy. It contributes to acne and all kinds of other problems. And I've noticed that even when I go to the grocery store, people, as they're scanning their items, I'll see eggs and stuff, but I almost always see almond milk.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, awesome. Thank you. Like, you're baby steps, but...
Yeah, it's whatever. Like, just people changing their minds about what healthy is.
And the dairy industry is really floundering.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting to watch. I don't know if you saw the thing on Facebook recently with Asda.
No.
They're a dairy company. I'm not sure where they're based, if they're US based or in the UK, but they released, like, this new free range milk. Which, free range and grass-fed milk, I just want to smack somebody. Because I'm like, oh, congratulations. You gave them room to move and the food they're supposed to eat. Like, do you want a cookie and a gold star?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding? That's so stupid.
And that's more land that the farmer has to buy and have, and that translates to a more expensive product for you.
Exactly. But they posted this thing saying, like, oh, like, introducing new free-range milk. And they actually ended up having to delete the post because there were so many vegan comments on it. I mean, like, thousands of them.
We should do that every time.
Yeah, anytime that anyone releases that, just, like, post it to Vegans United or some large group on Facebook, because we're a pretty, like, loyal community. We'll all, if someone says, like, hey, go get them, we're like, who, where are they? We got you.
We need to do that more often.
And I've seen other things about them with other dairy groups trying to come together to support them, because they're like, we need to unite to, like, combat the vegan movement. And it's just like, no.
Yeah.
It's going the opposite direction.
Yeah,
and
like, you're not going to win. These are millennials.
Yeah, like,
we're everywhere.
I'm sorry that you have grown up in an industry that exploits other living things, but people are starting to realize, like, that cows are mammals. I don't produce milk unless I'm pregnant, same as a cow. So
yeah,
it's
just sad that people have to learn that in adulthood.
I felt like an idiot. That was my journey through veganism, was because I was a vegetarian and I thought that was enough. And then I realized, oh, like, the dairy industry directly supplies to the veal industry, and same with eggs, you know, what happens to baby chicks. And I was just like, my mind was blown. I was like, as a biology major, like, how did I not put together, like, oh, mammals, mammary glands, milk, duh.
Yeah.
And now it's like so obvious that I'll never make the, mistake of using any products that exploit animals. I won't even, we're vegan, no beeswax, no anything. Because if it comes from an animal, like, that's theirs.
Exactly.
It's like somebody coming into my house and just, like, raiding my fridge.
Like, you don't need all this peanut butter.
Yeah. I'm like, who are you? Get out of my house.
Don't take my pickles.
Especially not my pickles, please.
Don't taste my fucking pickles.
All right. This popular soda has recently come under fire because it has an ingredient in it that makes it not safe for vegans. However, they will not disclose which ingredient it is.
Tell me it's not Diet Coke.
Diet Pepsi.
Oh, thank fucking God. I don't drink that shit. I mean, not that it's shit. I liked Pepsi. What is it? Or wait, I guess they won't tell us?
They won't tell you. And here's my thought with that. It must be something so gross that even non-vegans are going to be like, ew, I don't want to drink this.
Yeah, because they don't want to say what it is.
Yeah. Because obviously if it's just like a small animal product, like vegans are going to get grossed out by it because we don't consume that. But there are plenty of people who do consume the products that we don't. So it's got to be something so disgusting.
Yeah.
And bizarre.
Like that beaver anal gland thing.
Yeah. Or like, when people find out there's carmine in their makeup.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, you're rubbing beetles all over your face. These are the same girls too who are like, oh my God, a bug. But I'll put it on my face.
I'll slowly eat it all day long through my lipstick.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Diet Pepsi will not disclose.
So it's not regular Pepsi, just Diet Pepsi?
As far as I read, it was just Diet Pepsi.
Fuck you, Diet Pepsi. That's weird.
Isn't that?
I wonder what it is.
I know, I want to know so bad.
What could it be? Because it can't add calories.
Yeah. Although Diet sodas are not the best. I don't drink soda at all, actually.
Yeah,
I used to love soda. I used to drink a ton of it. In fact, my mom would have to be like, whoa, slow your roll. And it's amazing that I've never had a cavity with the amount of...
You've never had a cavity?
Never. Knock on wood. Where's wood? Knock, knock.
No, yeah.
It's too loud on the microphone.
But you can cut it out.
But yeah, I've never had a cavity. My dad hasn't either.
That's
and he's
amazing.
going to be 60 this year.
Well, teeth are a genetic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how your mom eats during pregnancy, too, is what
Yeah.
I've read. So, yeah. Do you not drink liqueur or anything? Or liqueur?
No, I don't. I don't like bubbly water.
I love bubbly water.
Yeah, when I was in Italy, that was like all they had. And
Yeah,
I
they
kept getting
drink that a lot
really
there.
upset.
You're like, yeah, it's fucking tepid water.
I had to point to the glass and say still. That was the only word they understood. Like,
Okay.
I don't speak Italian at all.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I would love to, but
Could you say tap water, or should you drink tap water in Italy?
I wasn't sure. So I would just
Yeah.
say still water, and they would have to bring me a special bottle every time. But I would forget and like start chugging water and realize it was bubbly, and it just gets so mad.
Yeah, and especially if you don't drink it that often, it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
I don't know. Okay, so again, dairy-based. This drink is now being used as a symbol for racists in the United States.
For some reason, I want to say like Yoo-hoo or something.
It's in Yoo-hoo.
But
It's not a brand of drink. It's a type of drink. It's something that people drink. And it's being used as like a symbol against minorities in this country.
like Nestle, the chocolate stuff.
What do you stir it in? Do you stir it in water?
Just milk?
Milk.
Huh.
Yeah, so people are using milk, like white racists are using milk apparently now as a symbol against black people in this country. And the first way I heard of it was during Shia LaBeouf's protest.
Oh.
These guys came out and started chugging gallons of milk, like on
Good.
his
Kill
live
yourselves
cast.
faster, please.
I know, right? Which is weird because, like, I don't know if you've ever watched that milk chugging, like, challenge that people were doing.
No.
Is you have to chug a whole gallon of milk and hold it down because your body will want to throw it up.
Yeah, because you're not a cow.
Because you're not a cow. So apparently racists, white racists in this country are using it as a symbol because there are a disproportionate number of black Americans who are naturally lactose intolerant. Yeah, so the implication at least is that white people are more evolved than black people are because we've quote unquote developed this like special gene that allows less of us to be lactose intolerant, which is just fucking crazy. And the juxtaposition of like the dairy industry having to do with this whole racism thing is just perfect for me.
White supremacists are maybe the most ridiculous group of people on the face of the planet.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah. It's like, congratulations.
My eye roll was audible. Like, that was ridiculous. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It is really dumb. And a few, like, really smart vegan bloggers have wrote some really good things on it. I'll put links to all this stuff in the podcast show notes. But it's just it's something to think about, you know, like because white supremacy can totally be linked to animal abuse, just as it is linked to abuse across all social platforms, especially white male supremacy. And it has to do just in animal agriculture as it has to do with violence against women and against minorities. And it all links back, at least from my perspective, to white male supremacy.
You gotta wonder, though, where that stems from, essentially, because they're the least oppressed group of people on the planet. You're a white man. Mm-hmm. Like,
lucky ducky, man.
Yeah, exactly. So what are you, like, fighting so hard for?
Yeah, like, why do they show up to things like that?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. And how do they know that Shia LaBeouf's even protesting? Like, that's what I want to know. I think they have some kind of a weird, like love, hate, worship thing with Shia LaBeouf. White males do.
I think we all do.
I love him.
I do too. I loved him ever since he wore he was on Ellen one time and she gave him these like crazy spandex, like neon pink pants to wear.
Yes.
And said if he wore them, she would donate like $10,000 or $20,000 to like a breast cancer
of course
research fund. And he was like dancing on the street, like in these like super tight, I mean,
that's
like
amazing.
Bootylicious, like neon pink. There's photos online, like neon pink leggings, and he did it like the next day because he was like, that's a good cause, like I'm gonna do it. And
yeah,
it's a small thing, but that was one of the moments where I was like, oh, Shia,
yeah,
I like you.
I love people like that. Like, I don't have a problem with Kanye, you know, I don't have a problem with Shia. They're just fucking crazy. Yeah. It's okay. Like, just let them be crazy.
I would probably go a little insane if I had that much attention too.
Yeah, maybe
especially
that's
Kanye.
What happened. Yeah, I don't know. And then his mom died too, so there's that whole thing.
That's rough.
That kind of seemed like his breaking point was just like losing his mom, and then it was just kind of like,
I think, and I could be totally wrong, but I think it was because she was going in for surgery that he paid for.
He was funding, like I don't know if she was his manager or what it was, but he was obviously really close to his mom, gave her a lot of money and stuff, and she was going in to get plastic surgery and died from complications of the plastic surgery.
Yeah, that's rough. This podcast is going on some really fun tangents. Cauliflower wings and Kanye West.
Exactly. Yeah, it gets really dark sometimes too. Like the more we talk. But and also there's this scene in Get Out. I guess you haven't seen Get Out.
Not yet, but I want to.
It's really, really good.
I've heard that.
So there's this scene that doesn't give away anything, but there's this scene where the girl is drinking, and this movie is really famous for Jordan Peele doing a lot of research and put in a lot of effort to put symbolism throughout the whole movie, like more than any movie I've ever heard of. There's so many articles going like, this is why Jordan Peele did this is why he did this is the music that you listen to and what he fed into the music while he's doing it. There's just a whole lot of thought that went into this movie. And there's a scene where the girl, what's her name, the girl
Allison Williams.
I love Allison. Where she's sitting there on the bed eating Fruit Loops and a glass of milk, like, separately. And apparently the reason he did that was because it's, like, symbolism for not mixing white things with non-white things. And so it's just, like, it's furthering this whole gross milk thing, which is so nasty. Like, milk is, like, the nastiest thing ever.
Actually so gross when you really think about it. Like, there's not a single other species, this is falling on deaf ears, people know this, but, like, yeah. There's not a single other species that drinks other species' milk. Like, you just found a way to exploit something and make money. Yeah. So, and World War I actually had a lot to do with why the dairy industry is so prevalent in the United States, because they were sending powdered milk over to soldiers. Oh. And then when the war ended, they had a ton left over. So the dairy industry got together with the U.S. government, and now every year when they debate what should be served in schools and what is healthy, and they have this huge like convention with, I think it's the USDA and somebody else, to talk about, like, food pyramids and what should be on it and serving sizes and all this stuff. There are people from the dairy industry who've paid off all of these people to go and debate to continue to perpetuate the idea that we need dairy. Yeah. And it all stemmed from, there being a massive excess of dairy in the United States.
Isn't that sad? There's like one thing, and then suddenly it's like this thing that no one can argue about. Like, you need it to build your bones.
Yeah, when, as you get older, it actually strips calcium for your bones because it just doesn't make any sense.
I saw a main news source report on that the other day. I don't know if it was Vice or if it was like NBC or something, but it was just like the headline, like, dairy might cause you to leach excess calcium or whatever.
It's always exciting when like a MSNBC or like, someone who is, I was going to say non-biased, but that does not exist in the media.
But well-respected.
Yes, exactly. Wants to, spread a vegan message because it's like, oh, okay, like maybe somebody will listen because a lot of people hear something from PETA and they're like, oh, well, it's PETA saying it. So of course.
Which is what we do too, right? Like if a farm alliance like posted something about how good it is to eat something, we'd of course go, oh, fuck you. Like, you're a farm alliance. Like,
exactly.
The beef cattle industry.
But when people who don't have stock in it, like, they're not getting paid from the vegan industry or they're not getting paid from the dairy industry.
You
they're
believe
just,
them.
Yeah, it holds more weight, I think.
So what's your last one?
My last one is that Purple Carrot, I don't know if you've heard about this. Purple Carrot is a delivery service that is partnering with this NFL quarterback to distribute protein-rich vegan. It's like the home delivery system for foods. They're not cooked yet, but they give you all the ingredients. It's like Blue Apron for vegans. Yeah, exactly. So they're partnering with a very well-respected NFL quarterback.
Is it the dude that's married to Giselle?
It is.
I don't know his name. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Oh, Tom.
I know, which I actually, my mom is from Massachusetts, so I was born and raised Patriots
I'm a Pats fan.
Yeah. I'm a really big Julian Edelman fan.
I don't know who that is.
Number 11. Wide receiver. But, and Danny Amendola and Gronkowski. I love the Patriots. My neighbors came and knocked on the door during the Super Bowl because I was home alone. My boyfriend was working. I didn't go to a bar or anything to watch it, but I was live streaming it and I was yelling so much because I think it was either the third or I can't remember when he threw the pick six, but when he did that, I was like, oh my God, we're done. We're done. We're not going to win this. Like, we're never coming back from this, but I had to hold faith. I lost faith in my boys, and I apologize.
It looked like they were going to lose.
It really did, but Tom Brady has always been a second half quarterback, even when he played for Michigan, so I should have had more faith. But yeah, he actually eats...
This is the most we've ever talked about sports on this podcast, by the way. That was amazing.
But yeah, I actually do know a good bit about football, and he eats a mostly vegan diet when he is... practicing, which makes sense. All the strongest animals in the world are vegan. Gorillas, rhinos,
and he's a sprinter.
Elephants. And so he is partnering with Purple Carrot. I can't remember how many installations of the diet there are, but they have this whole new line that is partnered with Tom Brady that is higher in protein. It's like something
21?
Yeah.
Or, hold on, let me look it up. So it's called TB12.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that he and Giselle typically eat vegan, which is pretty awesome.
That is cool. I read somewhere a long time ago that they eat mostly plant-based and then really lean meats.
Yeah, which,
Yeah.
But it's a start, especially for all those people who have this misconception that vegans are just going to be protein deficient or that we're weak or incapable of physical activity. I mean, look at Serena Williams. Hello.
Yeah.
But although I'm pretty sure she's just plant-based because I've seen her wear leather. But yeah, it's exciting especially because he has such a huge following. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's won a Super Bowl 5 times.
Yeah, and there are tons of athletes who talk about veganism, and you'll see athletes come and talk about stuff at veg fests and things like that, but you never really know them.
Mm-hmm.
You just know that they are an athlete, or you only heard of them because they're a vegan. But this is fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah, I think the top 2 tennis players in the world right now are both plant-based, so male and
Serena
female.
Williams and
I can't remember what the guy's name is, but I'm pretty sure he's plant-based as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's exciting to break that stereotype. There's that strongman Patrick.
Oh, the Olympian.
I always feel like I'm going to butcher his last name.
I don't know.
But whenever people, it starts with a B, but whenever people are oh yeah, vegans are so weak, I always just show them his photo. And I'm
he's the only one that qualified.
Yeah, he looks like he's dying.
Exactly. Or Mike, what's his name from Bone Breaker?
Oh yeah, he can curl me. I've sat in his hand before.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and he curled me. I have a photo of it on my Instagram.
That's a cool photo, I bet.
It's pretty funny. I'm just sitting there oh, hello. What's up?
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's very strong. He does I can't remember how many 3-inch grip weights too.
What is that?
It's just the
the thing is.
Yeah, that's huge. And I'm I have I'm a small person in general, but my hands not get around that.
Yeah,
Yeah, slowly but surely though, they're shattering that stereotype.
Yeah, I think athletes bring a lot to this because that's one of the biggest things we have to combat is like the nutritional deficiency myth of veganism.
Yeah, the protein thing is just so overplayed. It's just like we've already established this so many times. Like, let's move on. Try and find another thing to nitpick.
Yeah. This week's interview is with Sweet Ritual. I got a chance to corner Amelia and Valerie in my son's playroom, and we did an interview in there.
They're so good.
Yeah. No, so Amelia and Valerie are a duo that own a company called Sweet Ritual here in Austin, Texas, and they make ice cream. They also distribute it to a lot of local vendors around town. So here's our interview with them.
I can't have ice cream. I can't eat cheese. I can't drink milkshakes because of my disease. I don't have enzymes in my gut. My small intestines really suck. I'm lactose intolerant. I'm lactose intolerant.
Hey guys, so for this week's interview, I, Brittany, am speaking with Amelia and Valerie from a little ice cream shop in Austin called Sweet Ritual that serves all vegan soft serve, scoops, and now ice cream cakes. Right, guys?
Yeah.
That's right.
So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're happy to be here.
Can you tell us more about Sweet Ritual?
We opened in 2011 with just soft serve and grew into a standalone brick and mortar, which we opened last June. We have 17 flavors of vegan ice cream, shakes, sundaes, splits, and now ice cream cakes.
Wow, that's a lot. So you guys didn't start where you are now. You started at, is it Daily Juice?
We started inside of a Daily Juice, a little counter inside of a Daily Juice.
Why did you guys start Sweet Ritual?
Well, Valerie had experience working with Amy's Ice Cream. She was a manager and helped open a lot of the stores and then worked in the bakery. And then I had started ice cream at Toy Joy, formerly at Daba Joy, back in 2008 when I first moved to Austin and developed a vegan soft serve recipe there.
Nice. And for our listeners, Amy's Ice Cream is like an Austin staple, if you will, and so is Toy Joy. They had Daba Joy, which was like their little cafe that was attached to this toy store. Was it like marketed for adults though? Like, I hate saying adult toys, right?
Well, the customers were always confused because the windows are kind of blacked out, and so they were like, what kind of sex shop is this? Because it did look a little strange over there, but Daba Joy was really fun. It was really beautiful inside, and then Toy Joy took over that space, and it became the Japanese toy cafe. So it was Hello Kitty, Rement, Blythe, Godzilla toys with vegan soft serve.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So, you guys, how did you guys meet?
we were friends.
We just kind of kept running into each other like you do with people in Austin. I when I was working at the Amy's on Guadalupe, I would go by Toy Joy a lot, and we just kind of kept running into each other here and there.
Yeah, when I was moving to Austin in 2008, I had been interviewing at a couple different vegan and vegetarian co-ops to live in, and I ended up actually living at House of Commons, the vegan co-op, but I had interviewed at her co-op, which was a vegetarian co-op.
Oh, nice.
What's the name?
Yeah. Sasona.
Sasona, yeah.
Sasona? Anyway, that would have been useful when I was 18.
Yeah.
Okay, so now fast forward to Sweet Ritual. You guys have your own brick and mortar store. Tell us about your scoops.
So we have a really wide variety of bases that we make the ice cream out of. Majority is coconut based, but we also use cashew butter, almond butter, peanut butter, and sunflower seed butter. And also a couple of different special ones. Valerie's experimented with avocados as a base, and she recently just made one. What was the Persephone in the Underworld flavor?
Yeah, it was a tahini ice cream with a swirl of pomegranate syrup through it. That was so good.
It was really, really good.
Really?
Yeah. And then I make a lot of sorbets, too, that are just fruit-based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
We basically want to offer the exact opposite of the experience of when you go to any other ice cream shop, where you can get, like, a lemon ice or a bland vanilla that no one really cares about.
So, what's in store for you guys?
So we moved back in June, And we just have not been able to keep up with how much we're growing. It's all really good problems. We had our busiest sales date in the history of our company. We've been open 5 years. Busiest sales date, February 11th.
February 11th, when Austin is usually frozen over.
Yeah, so we have no idea of how to brace for this summer.
Yeah, like, what does that mean?
Yeah. One of the reasons we moved into a bigger shop is we wanted to be able to expand our wholesale and do more pints at stores around town. But we've had to make so much ice cream just to keep up with the in-store demand. We haven't been able to expand the wholesale yet. And so now we're thinking about, does that mean we get another production facility off-site somewhere that's, 4 times as big, and we can just stay there for 10 to 15 years and grow out of that? Mm-hmm. Do we open up another scoop shop? There's just
that's
lots
what I
of...
think. Just if you're asking me for business advice, you should definitely open up another shop.
Yeah. So we're definitely in a growth period right now, and just trying to figure out the smartest way to grow that sustains the business, sustains the community, sustains the planet, all that stuff together. Keeps our employees happy, keeps us happy.
Yeah, are you guys happy? You doing okay?
Pretty happy.
You getting sleep?
Yeah, I mean, all the problems we're solving are all really fun, good problems. Like right now, our soft serve machine we have can't keep up with demand. It can't make ice cream fast enough on the weekends.
That's my nightmare.
So we bought our soft serve machine brand new 2 years ago, and we're already having to sell it and upgrade it to a bigger machine.
So tell us about Cool School.
Oh, yeah.
So every November, we teach a non-dairy ice cream course out of our kitchen. We shut down production for an entire week and invite people from all over. They come and pay for the course, and it's really intensive. It's limited to 6 students at a time, and it's 4 days of in-kitchen instruction from 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m. And then we go off-site and eat ice cream at other places.
Other places?
Yeah, just to look at decor, philosophies, the general environment.
See what other options are out there for non-dairy ice cream in town and how other people do it.
And every day we get lunch catered from a different vegan restaurant.
I love that.
So it's a way for people to come and kind of play vegan tourist. And then they get catered from Barbecue Revolution or Arlo's or Unity.
In some way, you guys are the only tourist club for vegans in Austin. Yeah.
But it's been really fun. We've had, we just taught our 4th installment. And of the 4 installments, 3 of our students have gone on to open brick and mortars that are open as of now.
Nice.
It's a fun way to kind of commingle a bunch of different ideas about what dessert is and what it means to other people. And Nice Vice in Vancouver, Canada, and Like No Udder in Providence, Rhode Island.
Like No Udder.
Like No Udder, which is the best pun.
It's great.
And then Coco Bella Creamery, which is going to open up in LA later this spring.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of students in Houston that are, I think some stuff is kind of bubbling there. But our next course will be in November. And more information about that is on the website if anyone wants to.
We've already had people asking about it. People from Ireland and
somewhere in the
South
Middle East.
America.
Wow.
So it's cool. We didn't even realize it would be this, but we're kind of becoming the foremost experts on vegan ice cream
I'd
business.
say so. I mean, I've only had vegan ice cream in Austin. I think I've only had I've had vegan ice cream in LA, but it wasn't at a vegan shop. Mm-hmm. But like you guys are it. You guys are so famous.
Yeah, we're really honored to get a PETA award for top 10 vegan desserts in the nation. We were the only ice cream shop and the only place in Texas that was selected. And so they sent us a little plaque. It's really cool.
Oh, that's so awesome. Go PETA. We'll go, for recognizing you guys. You didn't have to take your tops off to do it.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
To get recognition from PETA. It's a really good... PETA lists are important for vegans, for sure.
Yeah, we were didn't really know what kind of reception we were going to get from that, but we actually got a lot of mainstream news coverage of it, of like, newsworthy little clip in the Statesman or something like that because of the PETA recognition. So it was pretty
that's cool. And also the quality of your ice cream is really great because when you go, like I said, Amy's, like, it's always kind of subpar. get the vegan option.
Well, it's always afterthought. And so when you go somewhere that it's just the concentration and you're getting people that, I mean, I've just focused all of my expertise into this, and that's basically all we think about is different ice cream things. And so, and within the field of, if you keep it on a restriction like that, you can actually be really creative when you restrict.
Yeah. Like tahini and pomegranate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't realize how much, like, the flavor of cow milk is always there in dairy ice cream until you stop eating it, and then you're like, oh, this tastes like cow milk. But, you know, when we make a peanut butter ice cream, we use peanut butter as the base, and so it just really tastes like peanut butter, not peanut butter plus whatever else we're using with it.
Yeah, that's something interesting, too, is because your coconut-based ice creams are one of the only things I can eat that doesn't also just taste like total coconut.
Right. We went through several brands of coconut trying to select the one that was the least amount of coconut flavor, because it can be really overwhelming.
Yeah, it can.
And then we try to go on real strong with some of the flavors too, so that you are getting more of just like a fuller experience.
Yeah, like we realized that when you put like strawberry and coconut together, the fat in the coconut kind of dims down the strawberry flavor, so it's not actually that great of a pairing. But then something like mint, the mint flavor comes through a lot stronger, and the coconut doesn't interfere with it as much. So we have to do a lot of trial and error to figure out what pairs best together.
What kind of people do you have coming into the shop?
We have a wide variety.
Yeah, I'd say maybe 25% vegan. These are just wild guesses from
Well,
watching
you guys talk
people
to
and
people.
talking to people. But yeah, I'd say maybe a quarter of them are vegan. We have a lot of customers who have different allergies or dietary restrictions. I'd say that's a pretty big percentage.
Yeah.
Especially kids. Like, kids today have so many allergies. Nut allergies, gluten allergies, milk allergies, egg allergies. And then I think we have a pretty big base of people who can and do eat whatever,
And
but
just
they
love their
just
ice
like
cream.
the ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah. When you figure out that you can taste a vegan ice cream from every lick, from the beginning to the end, and it's the same taste. When you eat dairy ice cream, the fat builds up on your tongue, so you can only taste it like halfway through, and then it just tastes like cold. And I think that people have realized that you get more value out of the vegan ice cream, and it's not until you start thinking about it that way, and then you figure, you're getting more value.
And we just have cool flavors that, you know, Amy's and Lick don't have.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have a tahini pomegranate flavor. They don't have unicorn poop.
Like, every time I go in, there's something new. I was just telling Cassie that Sweet Ritual is one of the only places I think I could bring my mom and get her a milkshake, and she couldn't say that it tastes like the vegan.
Right.
I was having a milkshake the other day because your soft serve is so amazing.
Thank you.
That, like, yes, thank you. Like, it's one of the things, like, you can't just make that at home. You know what I mean? Like, I have a little ice cream maker. I guess I could make something non-imaginative and not that great, but I could definitely not make soft serve. So I think you should have 2 locations and 2 machines. And how many flavors of ice cream cake do you have?
We have 2 right now. We have so many ideas for flavors of ice cream cake, but in the interest of sanity, we're going to roll out 2 flavors. So we have a gluten-free cookies and cream and a gluten-free peanut butter cup. So it uses a base of chocolate cookies as a crust on the bottom from Better Bites Bakery, which is an all-vegan, gluten-free facility here in Austin. And then the cookies and cream one is a vanilla ice cream with big chunks of the gluten-free cookies on it, and then the cookies on top. And then the peanut butter one is the peanut butter ice cream with chocolate freckles, and then it's got homemade peanut butter cups on top for decoration.
Nice. So Baskin Robbins can suck it. Well, you guys got anything else? Anything?
Man, we're really looking forward to Veg Fest.
Yes, are you guys going to be there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've been there
What are you bringing?
every year. Oh, man.
We're taking requests. We can't promise to honor them, but we're interested in what people want to try.
Okay. All right. So lavender, soft serve, just is what everyone wants. Kids.
Man, we did haul the soft serve machine out our first year.
You're not doing that, are you?
No.
Okay. Scoops only?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Because we can sell a lot more that way.
I guess you could just bring like one of those big buckets.
Yeah,
How do you do that?
Oh, we have 2 for the scoops. We have 2 of those huge like chest coolers.
Okay.
We sell about 24 buckets worth of ice cream.
24 buckets?
Yeah,
It's one of our busiest days of the
I
year.
usually leave halfway through and go and refill all of our ice cream and bring it back out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a big old bucket. But yeah,
Oh.
I'm just a customer though. I never actually sat there and
We
seen
sell
all the people.
so much. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, we look forward to seeing you at Veg Fest and opening up your new store sometime soon. Well, thank you for joining me in my son's toy room at my house.
Yeah,
It's a pleasure.
This is Amelia and Valerie from Sweet Ritual, a vegan ice cream shop here in Austin, Texas.
Chocolate is so flawless. Vanilla is so stylish. I love all flavors of ice cream. Strawberry makes me so smilish. I eat it in the summer and even in the winter. Even though it's super cold, you'll catch me with a cookie dough. Toppings, toppings, the fun's never stopping. Hot fudge sundaes to get the party hopping. Almond nuts, yeah, I like them chopped. A banana in the middle and a cherry on top. Sprinkles, sprinkles in a jar. Cones and cups and ice cream bars. Mango, mint chip, rocky road.
So this week we don't have a How to Be a Vegan segment because we decided to do a longer interview with Amelia and Valerie. But so this is the end of our podcast.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Where can we find you on the internet, Audrey?
I appear a lot. My boyfriend and I kind of both do. He has a YouTube, but it's mostly like vlogs and like silly kind of things. It's not, we don't really have a set like message or anything that we're promoting, but you see all my cooking on there.
Okay.
So his name is Ryan Daniel Mackerel, not spelled like the fish. It's Mackrell. And then also on Instagram at Audrey Elizabeth Hagman. I keep put all my food on there, and I'm happy to message people recipes if they request it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
We miss you, Cassie. Later.
Another Vegan Podcast is recorded in Austin, Texas by your hosts Brittany Hamby and Cassie Sines. Our producer is Juan Martinez, intro music by David DiDonato. For show notes, news, recipes, and more, check out our website at anotherveganpodcast.org. Subscribe using iTunes and Stitcher, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter by searching for Another Vegan Podcast. Thanks for listening.